My life, my life, my life, my life in the sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine. Sunshine.
Tuning in to Solid Rock Entertainment with your host on the Central Coast, Samuel Gardner. I would like to share with you a video today, a video with Martin Luther King Jr. I believe it was an interview that was done back in 1964, mid-60s, where he was discussing the black man's position in America and the struggles that they have been through, and just justifying, the plight of the black man, in America, especially in America. And in this, clip that I'm about to share with you all, Martin did hit a lot of important points, and he hit the hammer on the nail, and very precise. And I would like to call this clip, I'd like to entitle it "The Bootless Negro." And this interview was conducted by an NBC anchorman from those times, and just tune in, because it just dawned on me to share this topic that Martin touched on, because race, unfortunately, is something that we're still dealing with in 2018, and it's not even just necessarily race, because it's bigger than black and white. I believe the media is using race to gain monetary gain. It's a money-making topic. It's no longer about black. It was never really about black and white, in my opinion, and it's definitely not about black and white now. They make it seem that way by using slick tactics to distract us as a people. Not even just distract black people, but as a people, because anything that enforces energy and passion, you can make, I don't want to share a lot of that, because you know what I mean. For those of my people that have a knowledge of certain things, I think you know what I'm talking about. But for the most part, race is no longer a black and white thing. It's just a tactic, to distract, and so that we don't see the bigger picture. And but either way, I want you guys to check out this Martin Luther King Jr. video. This clip, it's about a 2-minute clip, if that long, and I want you to tune in. Solid Rock Entertainment is here to educate, entertain positively. So keep everything solid. Your host on the Central Coast.
What is it about the Negro? I mean, every other group that came as an immigrant somehow, not easily, but somehow got around it. Is it just the fact that Negroes are black?
White America must see that no other ethnic group has been a slave on American soil. That is one thing that other immigrant groups haven't had to face. The other thing is that the color became a stigma. American society made the Negro's color a stigma. America freed the slaves in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln, but gave the slaves no land or nothing in reality, and as a matter of fact, to get started on. At the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base. And yet it refused to give its black peasants from Africa, who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years, any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. It was freedom to the winds and rains of heaven. It was freedom without food to eat or land to cultivate, and therefore it was freedom and famine at the same time. And when white Americans tell the Negro to lift himself by his own bootstraps, they don't look over the legacy of slavery and segregation. I believe we ought to do all we can and seek to lift ourselves by our own bootstraps, but it's a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And many Negroes, by the thousands and millions, have been left bootless as a result of all of these years of oppression, and as a result of a society that deliberately made his color a stigma and something worthless and degrading.